I'm excited for it. All right, I got two other pieces of news for you today that I want to toss your way. Both of them outside the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. One of them comes from a dog. One of them comes from an old TikTok. We'll start with the old TikTok because it stays on the realm, the page that we're on currently. Keenan Allen has apparently made it known that while Aaron Rodgers is awesome, he doesn't want to come to the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's not a team that he's currently looking at. Me and you have discussed Keenan Allen to me at least is yeah, good name, cool. Wasn't really the possibility that the name that I thought the Steelers would go after. To shut that down, to say, okay, yeah, I'm good on Pittsburgh. I don't really feel that's the place for me. Bother you at all? You care at all? Is it a loss to the Steelers? We get a lot of people constantly who ask about Keenan Allen. Is it a bummer now that he's not here? Do you just not care?
I gotta be honest, man. I've never seen him as a fit that would be anything other than just adding a body to camp. I don't mind at all. I don't know what the context of where that quote came out of or what he was asked prior to, but like, my first initial thought was that's kind of like, I didn't get invited to the prom anyways, but I didn't want to go. It's not like I was planning on going anyways. It wasn't a fit for me. I wasn't going to have fun. I don't like anybody there. So it's like, all right, no, I'm like, it's great that it wasn't a fit for you. I don't think the Steelers thought it was much of a fit either. So it's kind of like, yeah, I don't care at all. I don't think he would have been an impactful addition to the Steelers in 2025. 3 years ago, yep, would have been excellent.
Yeah, 3 years ago would have been great. You would have been 2 knee injuries prior to that. But I agree with you. I think he went to Chicago, said, wow, dude, it's freaking cold up here, bro. This place sucks. And then he's a free agent going, there are a lot of teams where it does not snow for 6 months out of the year. Pittsburgh, unfortunately, is not one of them. But I agree with you. I never once looked at Keenan Allen would have been nice, would have been a cool name. I think Gabe Davis is more realistic. I think Chris Olave is more realistic. I think they're going to be names like anybody out of Houston who has a loaded room right now who could end up in Pittsburgh or on the trade block for the Steelers to go after. But there are just too many names to say Keenan Allen was a realistic option for the Pittsburgh Steelers where we stand today. I didn't see it. Doesn't bother me at all. A lot of people ask Amari Cooper next, though. Is that the guy that you're looking to next of the veterans that are out there, or you feel the same way about him?
I tell you what, and there is not a free agent available right now. And of course, this can change on a daily basis, and in the coming weeks will certainly shift but there is not a free agent available that I find more enticing than just rolling with what they have right now. I think you either have to go forward with the trade option and get someone, and I'm not saying Chris Olave specifically, but like you have to go get someone who is really worth the assets you're going to give up in the organization's mind, or you have to just stand pat. You have a wide receivers coach who's emphatically in love with wide receiver 2, Calvin Austin. And maybe that's just the best way forward for the Steelers offense. And maybe that's what Tomlin wants. Maybe that's what Arthur Smith wants. Maybe that's what Aaron Rodgers wants. So yeah, Amari Cooper, again, great veteran. I don't want to come off disrespectful to what he's done in the NFL. He and Keenan Allen have been very productive at times, but
yeah,
I don't see the point, and I don't see the reason in expending the sort of money it would take to bring either in just for a year for 600 yards at most.
I agree. I also think Amari Cooper brings some question marks to his attitude in the locker room. It just, to me, like, there's been issues, and I don't know, man. The Steelers are kind of over that at this point. Like, we're going to talk about another guy next year, but I just don't think Pittsburgh's looking for those troubles or looking for that concern when it comes to anybody, especially the wide receiver. After getting rid of George Pickens, getting rid of Deontay Johnson, moving on from all these guys, I don't know. The way I look at it right now is if you're going to go get an old dude, go trade for an old dude. Go find a guy somewhere else. Don't go get Amari Cooper. And to be honest with you, like, you have your old dude. And I hate to say it about him, but you have your old dude. Your old dude's Robert Woods. That's your old dude. If he makes the team, awesome. And that's your old guy. But you don't need to go anywhere else and go sign somebody over the age of 32 years old and try to plug him in as a starter. That's just, in my eyes, it's not a way to go for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now I'll ask you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just don't. I just truly don't think, if I can put my Steelers cap on, just like put myself in the room with the Steelers coaches, there is no way that I buy that Tomlin or even Omar Khan would be of a stronger belief in someone like an Amari Cooper or a Keenan Allen or a Gabe Davis than Calvin Austin and Roman Wilson, because they invested time and effort and draft picks, high draft picks,
Yeah.
on these players. And I think there is a stubbornness within any NFL management scheme and structure that is like, these are our guys. We drafted them. We had X grade on them. We think they can help us win a Super Bowl. So to go and be like, well, they're good, they're talented, but we're actually going to give them less opportunity and reps now that 30 whatever year old Amari Cooper is now available, totally defeats, the evaluation skills and trust that this management claims to have. And I'm not calling that into question. It's just, I think that the move to go get another wide receiver would just like totally counteract and run counter to that mindset and approach. I don't know if you feel differently or if I'm kind of way off base there, but it doesn't add up to me from the Steelers management perspective and the Steelers staff perspective.
I'll call out management and say they are blatantly lying to us. As they do all the time. They are blatantly lying to us. But I don't think it has to do with necessarily Calvin as much as Roman. Like, I think they like Roman, but I think they want to see Roman succeed, but they also understand that Roman's got a lot of work in front of him. And he's got to take those steps. Whereas I think when you're looking at Calvin Austin, they are comfortable with that. They just know that they need a third, and they got to go find a third. And just like you said, like, you're not going to take reps away from these guys for Amari Cooper. You have your it's Robert Woods. You went out and got him already. He's there. You're not going to go do it again. And that's the difference. Is like, I get it that maybe Amari, maybe Keenan Allen are better than Robert Woods, but the Steelers already have that guy. They don't need another one. They need somebody younger, and that's the direction they're going to go in.